Hello, quilt artisans. My name is Shonda, and welcome to my channel under the needle quilting and crafts. Oh, sorry about my camera there. I didn't mean to do that. So I'm here with an unboxing. I just got my Applique quilt subscription box, and so we're gonna go ahead and open it and see what we got this month. Now, this subscription is curated by Monique Jacobs over at Applique Quilts, and every month we get a larger project and a smaller project. The smaller project is going to have everything you need to complete the project, like everything you need. So, except for like a scrap of batting. Okay, so if you need a scrap of batting, that might not be in there. But if you need fusible fleece, that will be in there. If it's something other than regular old batting, it's going to be in there for the smaller project. For the larger project, you are getting everything for the top and the binding, and you just have to source your backing. But she offers a plan for that as well. So if you would like to include your backings in your boxes, that is an add-on that is available. Shoot. Open this up here. Okay, and this is what our box looks like. So in addition to your smaller project and your larger project, you also get some extra goodies in there. There's always going to be a small spool of thread that matches your project, and there's generally going to be like a pattern or a notion or something else kind of cool like that. Oh, so let me show you guys the project from last month. I'm not quite done with it because I was having trouble. I'm trying to learn the stitch regulator on my sewing machine, and I'm not there yet. I was practicing on some felt because that's what I use. It's on the floor here, but I was practicing on some felt, and everything was going great. But then when I put my actual project under the needle, I started having wonkiness. So I stopped, and I need to finish it. So I'm probably going to just finish it without the stitch regulator, and then go back and learn how to use the stitch regulator. So this is it. Oh, it's upside down. I'm absolutely over the moon with last month's project. I love this. So it's holding together because I've quilted the, so the goal here was to quilt first the, just this outer border. And so that's kind of what I was working on. But I was just having a lot of trouble with broken thread and skipped stitches. And I'm sure that it is user error, and I just have to figure it out. But I'm still working on it. And this is the backing that I chose for it. It doesn't really match in style, but it definitely matches in color, and that's good enough for me. Because this is very sophisticated, and this is very much whimsical, and I'm okay with that. So that's definitely on the to-do list for this week, is to finish getting this quilted. That way I can get it hung. Okay, so now let's see what we have. Okay. There's a lot of goodies in here. Let's check this out. Okay, so smaller project. It's an applique kit. Are we making like a tea towel? Look at that. Let me take it out the package. You can see it better. It says make today amazing. It won't really focus for me. Won't really focus. That's okay. What is this exactly? So we have the panel. Enjoy the little things panel. So we get everything. Look, we got 2 pieces of elastic. We got a button. You get everything. Everything. For the smaller project, everything. Everything. So this is the panel. Mine isn't pink, which I'm actually glad about. So I guess the one that she used was a little bit different. So I don't know if there's more than one panel on the line or if the panel has different rows. You know how panels be like. It might just have different rows and they're different colors, which would make sense. But I actually prefer my colors other than the pink because this I can actually use in my home. Whereas the pink, I could still use it in my home because, I mean, I'm not that bougie that all of my towels have to match everything. I'm not bougie at all. I mean, maybe a little tiny bit bougie, but not about something like that. So what is this exactly? It's not a tea towel because it's just regular fabric. Oh, it's like a folio. Okay, so we have the panel and we have our lining fabric and our fusible fleece. Like I said, you know, you won't get everything for that small project. So we have our lining fabric and our fusible fleece. And then we have, again, the 2 little pieces of elastic, different widths. We have a button and we have another piece of wool. So this is a 2 by 3 inch piece of wool. We have 2 pieces of elastic. And we have our button. And also, so our notions are to make the project. So we have, and this is so stinking cute. This is so stinking cute. We have a little 4-inch felted wool pressing mat. And then we have our thread. This is Aurifil 2600. I do a lot of piecing with 2600. I don't know. I prefer gray than white. To me, the white tends to show more, even on lighter fabrics. I don't know. I just prefer to piece in gray. I do piece in white because I bought a bunch of white thread before I knew I preferred gray. Because I'm spendy like that, and I'll buy a bunch of stuff before I give things a chance to see what I like best. So I do have quite a bit of white Aurifil. I just don't like to use it for piecing. I prefer not to, but I do because sometimes I have to, just because I need to use it up. But this is so cute. So basically we're making a little padfolio, a little folio case. And that makes sense now. Because you can see, or maybe you can't see, that there's like a pocket here. And you can see the elastic here to hold a piece of thread. And you could see the piece of elastic here. Oh my God, this would be great for embroidery. This would be great for embroidery. My little burgeoning embroidery that I've been starting. This would be great for that. This would be great for that. So, how big is this thing? Yeah, this will be great for that. Now, I won't be able, the particular one that I'm using, I'll have to use a smaller hoop, but I do have some smaller designs for smaller hoops. But yeah, your little tiny pressing mat goes in there, and then your thread goes there. But you could just as easily put your embroidery threads in that little pocket. And you could just close your hoop, close it up and leave your hoop in there. This is cute. It took me a minute to figure out what it was, but that's probably because I don't read. This is adorable. Okay, so it's okay. Well, that's why it's an applique kit. I don't applique. I'm slow. I'm in my brain. I'm like, so we're calling it an applique kit, but we're not doing any applique. Well, duh. It's a little kit for when you're doing applique, so you can hold your your little mini mat and your thread. But I'll probably use it for embroidery, because then I don't even have to have like a separate thing for my needles. I'll be able to just like put the needles in the kit, like just in the fabric of the kit. This is getting made. This is getting made. This would be great for embroidery. I'm definitely making this. I am making this. Hopefully I'll get my other piece quilted before I jump into this, but I'm not making any guarantees. I'm not promising that. I'm not going to promise that. I'm not going to promise that. All right. Let's get this back in the bag. Back in the bag. And I have these cute little embroidery patterns that just came in the mail, like small ones. And they'll be super cool to, it'll be super cool to use that for that. Definitely some of my smaller, wrong drawer. Like the smaller embroidery hoops would be able to go in there. This one might even fit into the pocket. I'm not sure about this one, but if I did something small like that, that would definitely fit into that little pocket. And who knows, I might get creative and make that pocket a little bit bigger. I'm making this. This is getting made. Okay. Larger project. So we have a table runner. Is this Layla Boutique? Who made this fabric? Old Glory by Moda. This is cute. So here we have a table runner. This would make a nice little 4th of July table runner too, even though it doesn't have any blue in it. I'm already making a table runner for 4th of July, but this would be a good one too. You've got the stars. And again, well, this is our fabric pack. I like that it's not blue and that it's gray. I like that. Because I've said this 10,000 times. I don't always rock with the themed fabric. You know, I just kind of like abstracts or all over florals and things like that. And so, and it's really just for versatility purposes, right? Like I can look at a collection of themed fabric and be like, I like that. But then it becomes, how do I use that? Like, how do I use it? Like, and that's probably just a lack of creativity on my part. I don't know. But I like this one. We've got the stars, you know. We've got the red and white. But I don't know, by stripping out the blue, to me, it just makes it a bit more versatile, because then you could use this for Christmas also. Like, so by taking the blue out, to me, you make it more versatile. And to me, this could be something that you could conceivably have for like 4th of July. This would be something you could conceivably have for Valentine's Day even. And this is something you could conceivably use for Christmas. So it's like removing the blue. I don't know if this is, I don't know if they meant for this to be, I'm assuming it's Americana, because it's an Old Glory fabric line. And so I'm assuming that in this fabric line, there is blue. Maybe Monique just didn't give it to us, which I like, because to me, that makes this more, like I said, it just makes it a bit more seasonless and versatile than if it was just red, white, and blue. That being said, I'm still making my red, white, and blue one for my party. I need to get on that because it's March 31st. I have 3 months and it's going to come up pretty quickly. Okay, so you saw the notion. That was the little felted wool mat. And then a lot of times we get a little extra something. Sometimes it's like a fat quarter. Sometimes it's a pattern or something like that. But it says here, it says she decided to do something new. And instead of giving us a fat quarter, she'll switch it up and give us 3 6 by 21 strips of one fabric line. This is still equivalent to a fat quarter, but gives you 3 prints instead of 1. And this month the fabrics are from My Summer House by Moda. I actually like that idea better than the fat quarter, because that makes it more instantly usable. So the fat quarters I like sometimes because they make great backing sometimes for the larger project, especially if I can find something that coordinates, or if I have scraps left over from the main project, I can put those scraps or whatever coordinating yardage I have with that fat quarter to make a backing. Or if it's like a table runner, the fat quarter, it's still probably not enough. Fat quarter is not enough, but I can, like I said, I like piece backs. So I can piece that fat quarter in with my scraps to make a piece back. But this kind of makes it more versatile because now I've got just 3 prints that coordinate that I can just use for whatever. Love that we have a stripe. Love that we have a stripe. But then you could take this right now and you could just make yourself like a small pin cushion or a small paperweight or whatever you wanted to make. I like this. I like this concept. I'm sure it's more work to cut this than it is to just cut a fat quarter. So I appreciate the extra effort that goes into that goes into it. But I do appreciate. I think I like this as a concept. I'll have to try them out. I have to see what I can make with them. I'm not sure, but I like it as a concept because, like, even if you didn't want to do anything else, you could make a pillow. You could just sew the stripes. You could just sew these 3 strips together and make a pillow. I kind of like that. I like this as a concept. I like this. I like that. I like this idea. I like that idea. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Small pose, large part, motion. We got our thread. Okay, and then let me just tell you guys the price, because I did mention earlier that there's a backing bundle, a backing add-on that you can do, but I did not know offhand the price of it. So let me look here. Large project backing, $12. Right? So this subscription is $42 a month. If you add an extra $12, you will get the backing that you need for the large project. And let's see. This month's project is 7/8 of a yard, what you need for backing. It does vary, but that's what we need this month. So for $12, you will have a coordinating backing. And that's kind of the best part, is that it's coordinating. The harder part about the larger project is trying to find a backing. Now I've got quite the stash behind me, okay? So I have options. Okay? I have options for backing, which is why I won't add on the backing, but I have options for backing. But just trying to figure out what to do is daunting. I could spend a couple hours just looking through my fabric, trying to figure out what to use for a backing. So, if that does interest you, anywho, so another add-on that she does is the Stash Buster Fat Quarter Bundle. It's $12 a month. You get 4 coordinating fat quarters and a pattern. Now, generally, the pattern is going to require more than fat quarters, more than 4 fat quarters. Now, 1 month for the Valentine's Day project, one of our Valentine's Day projects, we did, we got this mug rug pattern. So we had enough fabric to make, so the four fat quarters were enough to make the fat quarter friendly pattern that month. But in general, that's not the case. And so you would need to source fat quarters from your stash, or you can use these fat quarters to do something else and use different fabric to make the pattern, which is generally what I opt to do. This month's pattern is winged. It is 66 by 78. It uses 14 fat quarters, 3 1/4 yards of background, and 5/8 yards for the binding. And this is what it looks like. That's a nifty pattern. I'm not going to be able to make this right now because I am still working on the pickup sticks pattern. It has been my leader ender for 2024. And that's how I've been working on it, as my leader ender for 2024. So I'm not in a rush to, because I find that I rush to, it's exciting to start something new. But when you're doing a quilt and you keep starting something new, you end up with a lot of unfinished quilts, a lot of large projects. So one of the reasons why this box is my guilty pleasure is because I can start a new project that's not going to take me a month or 2 months or even 2 weeks. It's something I can do in a day or 2 days or 2 weeks or something like that. And I can get it knocked out. So I can have something new to kind of refresh the palette without having to start a completely new quilt. And that's important because I've got a lot of quilts I need to finish, a lot. But sometimes I just get tired of looking at the same fabric and I want to try something new. And that's what this box does. It lets me try something new without a large time commitment. And depending on which project I like better, or depending on how much time I have, I can decide if I want to do the smaller project or the larger project. But these are our fat quarters. Oh, and the line, oh, these are soft. They seem really soft. Like, softer than normal. No, I'm not making it up. The fabric feels pretty soft. Okay, and so the line this month is On the Bright Side by Moda. I can tell you right now, these right here, these are my favorites. So this would be my first favorite, because I love all things plaid. This would be number 2, just because I just love it. I like that it looks like fireworks. I mean, I guess some people would look at it as flowers, but when I look at it, I see fireworks. This would be my 3rd favorite. This kind of large scale floral. And this would be number 4. But this is, I love this right here. Now what to make? I'm so tired of freaking trying to figure out what ideas. Like, I'm just going to end up cutting squares and sewing squares together. I'm lying. At minimum, I would make half square triangles. At minimum. At minimum, I could just make some half square triangles. I could just pair up 2 of the fabrics and make some half square triangles and make a little something. I don't know. But I love this fabric. I love this fabric a lot. This is so stinking cute. I don't know. I'm just really drawn to geometrics and plaids in my quilting and in my quilt fabric. So, and that's why this is number 2, because look how everything is lined up. Everything is lined up vertically and horizontally perfectly. Very geometrical, very symmetrical. I'm such a plain person. I'm so daggone plain, and it's okay. It's okay. I'd probably put these 2 together and these two together. I don't know. But I see something in my future with these. I see something in my future with these. So I got 30 days to figure something out and start putting something together. I got 30 days to figure something out. But that's our box. That's our box this month. So just to recap, let's recap. Let me recap. I'll try to make it quick because this video is way longer than I expected it to be. And I have someplace to go today. All right, so project number 1, it's an applique kit, which I didn't get it. But basically, it's a little folio that you can keep your applique items in. And I guess that's what that little piece of wool is. I guess that's your needle minder. That's probably your needle minder, the little piece of wool. But you've got a piece of elastic for to hold your thread, and then you also have another piece of elastic as your little loop closure, and you have a cute little button in here. This is adorable. And then of course our notion this month was the little felted pad, the little felted wool pad that we are going to use to put in our applique kit, which is adorable. And then of course we have our matching thread. We have our matching thread, which matches both projects. The silver goes with the main project, and it goes with the smaller project. I mean, you could use it for either one. I'd probably use a cream fabric, cream or white though. That's what I'd probably use, and save this for this. But this is our larger project, a 25 by 25 inch table topper or wall hanging, should you want it to be. As I said, I do like the versatility of this because you can use it for multiple things or multiple holidays. This would work for 4th of July. It could also potentially work for Valentine's Day or Christmas. So I like that. And this month, instead of getting a single fat quarter, we got a fat quarter's worth of fabrics. And we have these 3 6 by 21 inch strips. I like this as a concept. Though I have used the fat quarters, like the random fat quarters that we get in the box, our little kind of extra bonus. I've used them as backings. I've used a few of mine. I've used a few. But I do like this as a concept, getting 3 separate fabrics as opposed to 1 fat quarter. You guys let me know what you get. I know some of you guys get this box, so let me know what you think down in the comments. If you prefer the 1 fat quarter, or if you think you prefer the 3 6 by 21 inch strips. I'm thinking I'm gonna like the strips. Because then you can also put them with other scraps, you know? Like you have these 3, but then like a lot of times when you use a fat quarter for a project, you don't use the whole fat quarter and you have some left over, and then you can kind of start building a little library of 6 by 21 inch strips. Not to enable anyone else to collect more fabric. That's not my intention. I'm just throwing out ideas. And last but not least, our 4 bonus fat quarters, the add-on pack, $12 a month. This is our pattern winged. I feel like I own this pattern too. I feel like I do. I feel like I might have this one. I feel like I do. I'm not going to go looking for it, but I feel like I have it. And then these are our fat quarters. They're delicious looking. I love that they are Easter related. Like they definitely put you in the mind of Easter and spring, but there is not a bunny to be found. And I appreciate that. There is not a single bunny. There's no ears. There's no animals at all. There's no egg shaped, because I don't consider this egg shaped. I don't see anything that looks like eggs. So it is very Easter with no Easter symbols, which I love. I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. It's super colorful. It says spring. It's bright. It's cheerful. No bunnies. No bunnies. So that is this month's box. I did not intend for this video to be so long. I do apologize. Like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me in the algorithm. And I'll see you guys next video.